Have you ever wondered why some women walk into a room and instantly command respect without even trying? Why their words seem to linger in people's minds long after the conversation ends? It isn't luck. It isn't beauty alone. It's the way they speak. The way they use their voice like a mirror of their inner strength. And here's the truth. Once you understand this, you'll see how the right words can change how the world sees you. Stay with me until the end, because the reward is simple yet life-changing. You will learn how powerful women speak in ways that demand respect without ever asking for it. Think about this. Words are not just sounds. They are signals. They tell the world who you are, how you see yourself, and what you will tolerate. Most people speak without thinking. They use words to fill silence, to defend, to impress. But high-value women, they do something different. They speak with intention. They don't waste energy. They understand the secret many people ignore. When you master your words, you master the impression you leave behind. Why does this matter? Because psychology shows us that the human brain makes judgments within seconds. When you open your mouth, people aren't only listening to what you say, they're measuring your confidence, your calmness, your clarity. They are deciding whether your presence deserves attention or can be dismissed. And the truth is, most women are not taught this. They're told to speak politely, to please, to soften their voice. But high-value women break this pattern. They speak in a way that shows self-worth, not arrogance, not harshness, but undeniable power. Now imagine this, you're in a conversation with someone. If you speak too quickly, you sound nervous. If you speak too softly, you seem uncertain. If you speak without control, emotions take over and your words lose weight. But when you pause, when you choose your words carefully, when you speak slowly and clearly, you send a different message. Psychology calls this authority bias. The mind is drawn to voices that sound steady, calm, and certain. People assume those voices belong to leaders. That's why high-value women naturally attract respect. They speak like leaders. But here's the twist. This is not about pretending. This is not about copying someone else's style. It's about aligning your words with your true self. Because real confidence can't be faked for long. The way you speak must reflect the way you think. If you don't value yourself, your words will expose it. If you doubt your worth, your voice will reveal it. High-value women don't just learn to speak differently, they learn to see themselves differently. And once you shift that perspective, your voice changes on its own. Ask yourself right now, when you speak, do your words sound like someone who knows their worth? Or do they sound like someone asking for approval? This single question can reveal more about your self-image than anything else. And here's where the change begins, by becoming conscious of the words you choose, by slowing down, by realizing that every sentence you speak is like a fingerprint of your character. Another powerful truth from psychology. People remember not the details of your words, but how you made them feel. If your words carry calmness, people feel safe around you. If they carry clarity, people feel guided. If they carry confidence, people feel inspired. That's why the way high-value women speak creates impact that lasts. Their voice becomes a memory. Their words become a standard. Men walk away thinking, she knows who she is. And that single thought changes the whole dynamic. Let's be honest. Many people believe respect is earned through effort, by giving more, by proving more, by pleasing more. But high-value women reveal the opposite truth. Respect is not begged for. It's commanded through presence. And presence is carried through voice. When you master your voice, you stop chasing respect. You let respect come to you. It is the quiet strength that says, I choose myself. And when a woman chooses herself, the world has no choice but to follow her lead. Confidence in simplicity. There is a quiet strength in simplicity. Into. High-value women do not use complicated words to impress, nor do they dress their sentences in unnecessary details. They understand that the clearest voices are the ones people remember. Simplicity carries confidence because it shows you do not need to prove your intelligence through excess. You trust the power of your message. Psychology confirms this truth. When communication is direct, the human brain processes it faster and trusts it more. Confusion creates doubt, but clarity builds credibility. A high-value woman does not hide behind long explanations. She speaks in a way that leaves no question about what she means, and that precision makes her words impossible to dismiss. Think about how most people communicate. They over-explain, they repeat themselves, they add layers of words because they fear silence. But when a woman can say something important in just a few words, it carries far more weight. It shows mastery. It shows security. And it makes the listener feel they are in the presence of someone who truly knows herself. Simplicity also removes the fear of misinterpretation. When your words are clean and clear, they cannot be twisted or misunderstood. This is why high-value women rarely need to defend themselves. They speak with such clarity that their meaning stands strong on its own. Their words do not chase approval. They stand like pillars. Confidence in simplicity is not about saying less just for the sake of it. It is about saying exactly what is needed, nothing more, nothing less. This discipline makes each word valuable. It transforms ordinary conversations into moments of impact, and this is why men respect it deeply. They recognize that her strength is not hidden in complexity, but in the courage to be clear, direct, and unapologetically herself. Listening as influence, true influence is not built by speaking more. It is built by listening deeply. High-value women understand that listening is not passive. It is one of the most powerful ways to command respect. When they listen, they give their full attention, and that attention makes others feel valued. And psychology tells us that people naturally respect those who make them feel understood. Most conversations are filled with people waiting to reply, not truly hearing each other. But when a woman listens with patience and focus, she separates herself instantly. She is not rushing to speak, not eager to dominate. Instead, she creates space. And in that space, the other person feels safe to open up. That feeling of safety becomes influence. It builds trust without a single extra word. Men notice this more than they admit. A woman who listens without judgment shows strength far greater than one who speaks without pause. Because listening requires control. It requires confidence. It requires the ability to hold silence without needing to fill it. And this restraint reveals a level of self-assurance that is rare and magnetic. The paradox is simple. The less you push to be heard, the more people want to hear you. By listening first, high-value women ensure that when they finally speak, their words land with undeniable impact. Their voice becomes the response, not the noise. Their perspective becomes the anchor, not the echo. This is why listening is not weakness, it is influence in its purest form. It turns conversations into connections, and it transforms respect into loyalty. A high-value woman knows that silence is not empty, it is full of power. And when she chooses to fill it, her words carry the weight of someone who has already mastered the art of listening. Emotional control is authority. Emotions are powerful, but without control, they can become destructive. High-value women know this well. They understand that authority is not proven by loud reactions, but by the ability to stay composed when emotions run high. Their strength lies in choosing response over reaction, clarity over chaos, and that choice makes their voice carry undeniable authority. And psychology shows that people often trust those who remain calm under pressure. When anger, frustration, or fear takes over, judgment becomes clouded. But when someone holds their emotions steady, others instinctively view them as reliable and strong. This is why emotional control creates authority, because people follow those who can think clearly when others cannot. A high-value woman does not let anger dictate her words. She does not let insecurity slip into her tone. She does not let fear turn into silence. Instead, she acknowledges her emotions, but she rules them instead of being ruled by them. This discipline transforms her presence. Men listen differently, not because she forces them to, but because her steadiness makes her voice a compass in uncertain moments. Think of the difference between reaction and response. A reaction is quick, often emotional, and easily regretted. A response is measured, thoughtful, and lasting. High-value women choose response, and in doing so, they show a rare kind of control that demands respect. Their words do not come from temporary feelings, but from grounded strength. This mastery does not mean they are emotionless. On the contrary, it means they feel deeply but lead wisely. Their emotions add color to their words, but never chaos. And this balance of strength with grace, of passion with control, is what makes their authority unshakable. It is why their words carry weight long after the conversation ends. Words that build, not break. Every word we speak carries weight. It can either uplift or tear down. High-value women choose carefully because they understand that words are tools of influence. They do not waste them on gossip, negativity, or criticism. Instead, they use them to build, to inspire, and to leave people better than they found them. Psychology reveals that humans are deeply affected by verbal reinforcement. Encouragement increases motivation, while criticism without purpose weakens confidence. High-value women know this, and they refuse to use their voice as a weapon. When they speak, their words plant seeds of growth. They make others feel capable, respected, and valued, and this in turn magnifies the respect they receive back. Men notice this distinction. A woman who constantly criticizes or complains drains energy, but a woman whose words carry positivity and strength creates a different kind of presence, one that draws people closer instead of pushing them away. Her influence does not come from controlling others, but from inspiring them. Her voice becomes a source of encouragement, and encouragement always leaves a mark. This doesn't mean she avoids truth. High-value women are not afraid to be direct, but even when they correct, they do it with dignity, not destruction. Their tone makes the difference between breaking someone down and helping them rise, and that balance shows wisdom. Words that build create connections. They transform ordinary conversations into moments of impact. They make people feel seen, respected, and capable of more. And in return, they elevate the woman who spoke them. This is why high-value women speak with such intention, because they know every word has the power to either damage or strengthen, and they always choose strength. Speaking with purpose, every sentence carries a message, but not every sentence carries meaning. High-value women understand the difference. They do not speak just to fill the silence, and they do not use words without direction. Every time they open their mouths, there is intention behind it. This sense of purpose gives their words a power that people cannot ignore. Psychology shows us that the human brain filters out what feels unnecessary. Empty words are forgotten quickly, but purposeful words linger. This is why when a woman speaks with clarity and intention, people listen more closely. They know that her words will not be wasted, and that expectation makes every sentence stronger. Purposeful speaking also creates presence. Instead of scattering energy, it focuses it. Instead of leaving confusion, it leaves certainty. High-value women embody this. They do not wander in conversation. They say what they mean, and they mean what they say. This precision shows confidence, and confidence draws respect. Think of the difference between someone who rambles endlessly and someone who speaks directly. The rambler tires the listener, but the one with purpose energizes them. Men notice this difference. They walk away from conversations with high-value women, not only remembering her words, but feeling that those words mattered. And when your words matter, your presence matters even more. Speaking with purpose also means aligning speech with values. A high-value woman does not contradict herself. Her words match her actions, and that consistency makes her trustworthy. Trust is rare, and people instinctively hold on to those who create it. When every word has direction, speech transforms from noise into influence. High-value women know this truth well. It is not about how much you say, but about the meaning carried in what you choose to say. And that choice is what makes their voice unforgettable. Unshakable presence. Presence is not about being the loudest voice in the room. It is about the energy that follows you, even in silence. High-value women embody this unshakable presence. They don't need to fight for attention because their confidence already draws it. Their calm posture, their measured tone, and their steady eyes all speak before a single word leaves their lips. Psychology teaches that humans are deeply responsive to nonverbal cues. People decide how much respect to give you not just by what you say, but by how you carry yourself. A restless voice signals uncertainty, while a grounded presence communicates authority. High-value women master this balance. They know that silence is not emptiness, it is influence waiting to be felt. This presence is born from self-assurance. A woman who knows her worth does not rush to explain herself, nor does she crumble when challenged. She allows space, she breathes with intention, and she holds herself with dignity. That stillness makes her presence unforgettable. Men notice it instantly. They sense that her calm is not weakness, it is strength under control. What makes this presence so powerful is consistency. It is not switched on only in important moments, it is carried everywhere. Whether in a casual conversation or a challenging one, her presence remains steady. And people naturally respect what they cannot shake. Unshakable presence is the invisible force that makes words echo longer, silences feel heavier, and decisions feel final. High-value women understand that before people listen to what you say, they feel who you are. And when who you are radiates confidence and calm, the world cannot help but respect you. Respect functions like a mirror. It reflects back what is shown. High-value women understand that the way they treat themselves sets the tone for how others will treat them. When they speak with dignity, hold their boundaries, and stand rooted in calm confidence, they send a clear message: I value myself. And in response, the world has no choice but to value them too. Psychology proves this through the principle of reciprocity. People tend to mirror the behavior they receive. If you approach others with insecurity, they subconsciously treat you as less. But if you approach them with self-respect, they instinctively rise to meet that standard. This is why men show more respect to women who carry themselves with poise, because her respect for herself sets the expectation. This does not mean high-value women demand respect loudly or aggressively. Instead, their behavior makes it natural. The way they speak, calm, clear, and intentional, shows that they are not desperate for validation. Their boundaries show that they are not afraid of rejection. And their presence shows that they know their worth is not negotiable. That inner strength draws respect without needing to chase it. Men admire women who stand firm in their self-worth because it challenges them to rise higher. A woman who respects herself will not tolerate less, and this boundary makes her presence magnetic. It shifts the balance of power because respect given to herself attracts respect from others. At its core, respect is not about demanding, it is about becoming. High-value women do not ask, will you respect me? They live in a way that makes the answer undeniable. Their actions, words, and energy all align with self-value. And when that alignment is clear, respect is not forced, it is automatic. At the heart of it all, words are not just communication. They are reflections of identity. The way a woman speaks tells the world who she believes herself to be. High-value women know this truth and they shape every conversation from that place of inner strength. They do not chase approval, they do not bend to fit, and they do not waste words on what does not matter. Instead, they let every word carry the weight of their self-respect. Psychology reminds us that people remember impact, not knowledge. They may forget the exact words, but they never forget how those words made them feel. This is why high-value women remain unforgettable. Their calmness brings safety. Their clarity brings certainty. Their presence brings respect, and all of it flows from within. The lesson is simple yet life-changing. When you value yourself, the world values you. When you protect your boundaries, the world respects them. When you choose words that build instead of break, you lift not only others but also yourself. And when you master silence, control, and intention, you no longer have to ask for respect. It arrives naturally. Every woman has this power within her. It does not require perfection. It does not require trying to be someone else. It only requires the courage to align your words with your worth. Because once you do, your voice will no longer just speak. It will inspire. It will not just be heard. It will be remembered. This is the essence of being high value. Not the volume of your words, but the impact they leave behind. And when you live by this truth, every room you enter will rise to meet the standard you set.